Here in Module 5, we want to just make a few general concluding observations. The title of our MOOC was Visualizing the Birth of Modern Tokyo. And I think one of the things that comes through, what's the difference between Westernization and modernization when you're dealing with Japan? It is the notion that modern Japan really begins with Meiji, but fantastic developments take place in the 1920s and 1930s. One of those developments is militarization and authoritarianism. But also what we see is a remarkable efflorescence of energies directed at all sorts of modern culture. And much of my research has been on early post-war Japan. And it's only by appreciating those years before the horrid years of outright war and the destruction of Tokyo once again, if you don't appreciate the dynamism of those years, you can't understand how Japan recovers after World War II and becomes the country that we see today. And that also involves Westernization, but also a much more complex dynamic. But I'm very struck when I go back by how much was going on in the 1920s and 1930s that was not just militarization.
That's very true, John.
I think one of the useful concepts to think about and wrestle with when we deal with these type of subjects and we deal with different cultures than our own is the concept of Manichaeanism, the whole notion of them and us,
right.
Them and us, and we are dichotomies. They are unlike us, we are unlike them. And if you do history seriously, it's just not simple like that. That you can see many points of resonance, many points of overlap, many points of similarity, which may be creative, may be constructive, may reflect real dynamic interrelations. They may be negative, war, imperialism, atrocity, but this helps you break away from that sense of them and us and begin to see, once you begin to see complexity in others, you begin to see complexity in yourself. When you wrestle with history, when you see and visualize the past in these comparative perspectives, you think much more in a more nuanced way than simple ethnocentrism, simple nationalism, simple us and them.